You're watching your primetime news bulletin here on MTV Sports. Up next is a look at Action TV.
This road, which is built across the Kadadora Canal in the Aguruvalla area in Ruwanwalla, is used by about 500 families in many surrounding villages on a daily basis. This concrete bridge collapsed about 3 months ago owing to the movement of heavy vehicles. Thereafter, following the intervention of the Ruwanwalla Pradeshia Sabha, a temporary iron bridge was erected at the same location. However, this temporary bridge could not even be used for a period of 1 month after it broke down following heavy showers experienced in the area. Area residents renovated this bridge subsequently on their own accord.
We have to hold our children's hands very carefully with much difficulty when travelling across this makeshift bridge. If someone falls sick at around 4 or 5 in the morning, how are we to take that person to a doctor?
We spoke to the officials and asked them to renovate this, but they are yet to renovate it. We are severely inconvenienced.
Trisha drivers too are severely inconvenienced by this situation.
We can't go on hires. We charge only 60 rupees from Aguruvalla, but after the bridge collapsed, we have to charge 150. People are reluctant to go with us.
Action TV made inquiries from the chairman of the Ruwanwalla Pradeshia Sabha about the situation, which has inconvenienced area residents for nearly 3 months. He stated that the estimated cost for the renovation activities was presented to the Provincial Road Development Ministry. However, the Pradeshia Sabha nor the Provincial Road Development Ministry has taken measures to renovate this bridge. Shouldn't the area residents be provided with a proper bridge without leaving room for the incapabilities of the officials to cloud the lives of the area residents? Chief Minister of the Sabragamur province, this is over to you.
Three policemen attached to the Dankoto police have been interdicted on the charge of negligence when handling their firearms during a raid carried out on a location where illegal gambling took place in the Tamaravila area in Dankoto. Police media spokesperson SP Ajit Rohana stated that the policemen were interdicted following investigations carried out by a police team under the supervision of the SP of Chilao. The police inspector and 2 constables who conducted the raid have been thus interdicted. A youth suffered a gunshot wound during last afternoon's raid. The injured individual, a 32-year-old resident of the Murukkulli area, was admitted to the Nigambu hospital. Meanwhile, the police inspector whose weapon had discharged during the raid was released on surety bail today. Police media spokesperson SP Ajit Rohana stated that the suspect was released on a surety bail of 100,000 rupees after being produced before the Maravila Magistrate Court. The police media spokesperson added that the inspector had been produced before court on the charge of negligence when carrying out his duties.
Media spokesperson of the United National Party, Gantha Karunatilaka, convened a media briefing in Colombo today. Let's take a look at some of the views expressed by parliamentarian Gantha Karunatilaka.
සියලුම අත්‍යවශ්‍ය භාණ්ඩවල මිල ගණන් වැඩි කිරීමේ රතු එළිය දැන් පත්තු වෙන්න පටන් ගෙන තිබෙනවා. ලබන සතියේ ඉඳලා
The prices of essential commodities are on the rise. The red light in this regard is blinking. Within the next few days, the people of this country would be able to witness a blue light along with the government's permission to increase prices in response to this red light. Therefore, we are urging the government to immediately request state institutions that owe money to the Ceylon Petroleum Corporation to pay up and stop burdening the people further. If not, request the Treasury to pay this money. Prove that there is a people-friendly government in existence and that it does not continue to pressurize the people.
අහිංසක ජනතාව පිට බර පැටවීම නතර කරන්න. තවදුරටත් ජනතාව තලන්නේ පෙරන්නේ නැතුව ජනතාවාදීව ක්‍රියා කරන ආණ්ඩුවක් බව ඔප්පු කරලා පෙන්වන්න කියලා.
In more local news, the Colombo High Court issued warrants on 3 people, including an HQI attached to the police special task force today.
The warrants were issued due to the failure of the 3 individuals to appear before court to provide evidence in connection with the case. The case was filed against 5 people, including the chief incumbent of the Maligawatta Sangaraja Vihara, Uwatanne Sumanantera, over charges of weapons possession without a valid license. The suspects were arrested for the illegal possession of firearms, hand grenades and live ammunition during the presidential election. The case will be taken up again on the 21st of June.
The Supreme Court decided today to grant leave to proceed on fundamental rights petitions filed by 13 individuals who were injured during the clashes which erupted at the Free Trade Zone last year over the Private Sector Pension Scheme Act. The petitions were taken up before Chief Justice Dr. Shirani Bandaranayake and Justices K. Sri Pavan and K. Suresh Chandra.
Speaking on behalf of several petitioners, Attorney-at-Law J.C. Valiamuna noted that despite there are provisions in the country's constitution on freedom of expression, the police had fired at his clients who were engaged in a peaceful demonstration. He further said that one of the demonstrators had died while several others were injured in the attack. Here, the acting Attorney General noted that the demonstration was not peaceful in nature. He further said that the so-called peaceful demonstration had inflicted injuries on a Deputy Inspector General of Police as well.
Staying in local news, Minister of Engineering, Construction and Common Amenities Vimal Weerawansa attended a function in Colombo today. Here the minister spoke on the role of state institutions in the country.
People usually are of the opinion that it is difficult to get something done at a state institution. After I was appointed as a minister, I too realized that not only the public, even ministers find it difficult to work with state institutions. We cannot look at this as a flaw at state institutions. It is the mechanism in which they operate. You cannot cast aside these procedures and get the blame for it. When you go to work according to the procedures set out, it takes a lot of time to fulfill a particular task.
Moving on to some business news, the government of China has approved a loan of $278.2 million through its Export-Import Bank of China on concessional terms to finance the construction of the Mathura-Beliyatta railway track.
The proposed Mathura-Katharagama railway extension project will be built in 3 phases. The Mathura-Beliyatta section, which comes under the first phase, spans across an area of 26.75 kilometers. The single broad gauge rail track includes the construction of structures such as culverts and bridges over rivers. Under the second and third phases of the Katharagama railway extension project, it is expected to construct the railway line from Beliyatta to Hambantota and Hambantota to Katharagama.
Good evening and welcome to Sports First. Starting off with some cricket news, manager of the Sri Lanka cricket team Charit Senanayake stated that a decision has not been taken on whether Angelo Matthews will feature in Sri Lanka's second final against Australia tomorrow.
The second match of the best of 3 finals between Sri Lanka and hosts Australia will be played in Adelaide tomorrow. We haven't made a decision regarding Angelo Matthews as yet. We will conduct a fitness test tomorrow morning and make our decision just like we did in the last game. We did not have much time to train as it was past 10 p.m. when the match ended yesterday. We left our hotel only at 7 this morning. I believe that the Adelaide pitch will be different to the one in Brisbane, so a change in the playing 11 could take place after inspecting the pitch. Australia beat Sri Lanka by 15 runs in the first final yesterday.
And finally, in some entertainment news, we take you to the mesmerizing Live 3 concert conducted by the Delanroll brothers recently in Colombo.
MTV Sport and Yes FM were the media sponsors of the event.
Two of Sri Lanka's best-known vocalists, the Delanroll brothers, have made headlines in the music industry since their inception 3 years ago. The brothers took their fans down memory lane by revisiting hits from the 60s, 70s and the 80s. The songs varied from likes of Elvis Presley to the Bee Gees.
And on that note, we wrap up this edition of Primetime News here on MTV Sports. Don't forget to log on to our website, that's www.newsfirst.lk. I'm Ramesh Rugal Bandara.
And I'm Krishna Panitharatna. Good night.